Hello and welcome to Orlando. This is Orlando Adam, and with me is Orlando Nick.
Hey.
And Orlando Mark.
Yeah, what's up, everyone?
While you're in sunny Florida, be sure to visit
Orlando! Enter into a world of epic adventure.
Hey.
It's been a long time since we've done this.
Yeah. Really long time.
Too long. Yeah. But we're live in hi-fi video or whatever, right? You know.
Oh yeah.
Got our Technicolor. Actually, to talk about our color a little bit, we kind of went with a dark theme tonight. We got like a spooky sort of like, you know, Halloween season started. So
yeah. First day of fall was yesterday. So there we go.
Yeah, feeling it. Feeling the fall weather. Everybody got their pumpkin spice, whatever they're drinking?
Sure.
Yeah. Pumpkin spice, something.
This is also not pumpkin flavored. Nicholas, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking it's a beer that you brought over one night. I had one left called Pernicious or something.
Oh yeah. Pernicious weed.
What is it? Is that is that High Lie? Cigar
Wicked
City, I mean?
Wicked weed.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. Are you enjoying it?
Good. I am enjoying it. Yeah. It's one of those where it's like 7.5%. So it's not like one I just want to like throw back, you know, every night. You know, so a nice occasion like this, you know, we'll do it.
Yeah. I'm drinking the Cigar City Fancy Paper.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, not the High Life that I normally would drink, but the Fancy Paper.
Fancy. You can put your finger out when you drink, though.
Ooh, there you go.
When in doubt, pinky out. You know that.
What are you drinking there, Mark? Like a Moscow Mule or something?
No, it's Scotch out of a horn.
Oh, that's what that is. I was wondering what it was. Nice.
Don't ask me what kind it is. It came in a 3-liter plastic jug, so we'll see how it goes.
The horn or the whiskey?
Yeah, the whiskey.
Good deal. Well, a lot has happened.
Yeah, definitely a lot since the last time we recorded.
Yeah. We've like pretty much got a whole new game that we're playing, right?
Yeah.
Just what I had to handle in the other one.
Finally, I got this down. I can enjoy myself.
Yeah, right. Hey, at least they didn't go back to square bases.
Oh my God. Still, that wound's not completely healed yet.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
They did make an old world announcement, which they're like, it's like years away or something like that.
Good. Yeah.
Good. Right. Yeah. And they're like, square bases are definitely coming back. And I'm like,
did they actually say that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they said old world square bases. It's a thing that's happening.
I don't know if it's gonna be only square bases. They didn't say definitely only square bases. They just said square bases are back.
Yeah. Son of a
hey.
It's going to be a different game. It's just going to be a completely different game.
Yeah. And who knows? It's probably going to be like 10 millimeter or 15 millimeter, whatever that tiny size was. You're not even be like,
that would be great. Anyway. I would love to do big epic tables like that. Like, you know, give me lots of smaller models as like just a different game. I don't want to play Age of Sigmar on square bases. I want, that'd be awesome. Have a completely different game, completely different range of miniatures and miniature sizes. Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah, because the way that it kind of went was, you know, Age of Sigmar happened. They didn't require square bases or round bases at first, right? But then they were kind of like when AOS 2, like second edition came out, they were like, no, you got to do circle bases now, rounds or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I went through and I converted most all of my guys from square bases to round bases. And then the Greenskins faction went to Legends. and I had just finished converting them to round bases. I was like, "Are you freaking serious?" And then they announced the old world and square bases are back. I was like, "What?" So anyway, I've got some feelings about that.
I think everybody does.
I think I wonder if a company like that, do they think on like an executive level of a company like that, do they know what kind of reaction they're causing in their fans? Like, do you think they knew that they were like, Nicholas just converted all of his squares to rounds and we're going to make this square announcement? Do they know that they're just
like
counting
as they're like counting their Benjamins? They're like, I could use a few extra of these. Yeah. I mean, they totally do things to make them money. They're a business. They have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that little chain of events for me was just like,
well, there's that game within the game of how do I get everything I want from Games Workshop without spending everything Games Workshop wants me to spend.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're gonna get you anyway.
They're gonna. They got me.
Like,
oh yeah.
All right. That's like playing in Vegas and winning a couple rounds. Come on.
Yeah.
The house is gonna take it.
Yep.
The house is gonna come back and take it all and own you.
I mean,
you'll be in a dumpster out back.
Yeah. Right. And they release the way you can kind of do it is like if you get the box set, right, and you trade away half of the box set that you don't want, then you can trade away, like if you get the new Dominion box and you want Stormcast, then you can trade away the Orruks and you get like all those units for a lot cheaper than it would be to buy them individually.
Right.
But then, but you got to be careful because you can't be like, because that usually comes with about 1,000 points of models. So then it's like, oh, if I want 2,000 points, then I need 2 boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately after you get 2 boxes and you assemble everything, they go, oh yeah, now here's all the other models for Stormcast that we're releasing that we didn't tell you about, and here they are, ding, 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 and you're like, I just
and you can't live without them,
right?
And you still, at that point, after everything you just said, you still haven't seen the book yet.
Right. So who knows if they're like crap or not? You want to use them.
Like, here's all the new Dominion stuff. Everybody buy it, and it's worthless.
Yep.
Yeah. Just put it on the shelf.
So
now, I don't get the impression of this new book that it is that bad. I think it's going to be a good book. I don't want to be like a total doom and gloom guy over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was just like a just be aware. Like, I'm not complaining so much as I'm just like, be careful. Don't just go out and get all those, double of that, because they're going to come out with new stuff just around the corner.
Yeah.
Like like they did with, with these armies. They released the book a couple of months after the box set comes out. So hold tight, wait for the book if you know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it's like, what if you were just getting into the game and you went to the store and you bought like 2,000 points worth of Stormcast, and then they're like, ta-da, new Stormcast book, new edition, all this stuff, and then you're like, what?
That happened to Mark one time with a 7th edition book.
Yeah.
And then like
it's like the next week.
one week later, and the guy at the store knew.
Yeah.
He knew.
He was just clearing his stock. It was just,
Yeah. But here we are, 7 years later, or
still,
9 years later.
Still being suckers.
Yeah.
The show, like I completely redid a room in my house just to store all the Warhammer stuff that I bought over the years.
Yeah. That's how I got it. Like the rest of this, it's starting to look like an episode of Hoarders. That's how I figure I'm going to die, is under a mountain of gray plastic. So
it's going to collapse on you.
Yeah.
I definitely think my hobbies have reached a critical mass. Like I can't rationalize bringing any new models or new toys into my house until I just need to slide stuff. New stuff comes in as old stuff goes out. I can't just have a lot. I can't collect a lot of new stuff at this point. There's just nowhere to put it.
Oh, lucky you.
Lucky me that I have nowhere to put
it.
Yeah, I think I definitely think I'm at like the be strategic with what I get, and because I don't need to be getting like 20 and 30 and 40 models of this and that, right? Because then it's just like, oh, it's just a mountain of work to do. Like I want to just be strategic and be like, I want that one thing, right? And then I want that one thing. But you're right. At some point, things have to kind of like either shift out, or you know what I mean, like
yeah,
or you won't be able to like see above the wall anymore.
Have the actual wall of miniatures in front of us.
So I gotta say, are you kind of glad that Bones Kickstarter this year kind of didn't work out?
So for anybody that's first time listener or whatever, we normally do the Reaper Miniatures does a Kickstarter every year with their new their type of miniatures called Bones is what they call that miniature range. And they're not their lead figures or the Bones figures. And so we've done this Kickstarter for the last 3 years in a row where we like dump a ton of money in and get the entire range of miniatures. And then we take them all back to one of our houses and we divide them up and take turns drafting them, take turns picking the ones we got. This year we didn't do it because I didn't read the fine print and to see like, oh wait, I have to send the money now. I thought I had time yet. I didn't think that the deadline had passed. So we didn't end up getting it this year. And I definitely have mixed feelings because there was a lot of really cool stuff that I wanted to get. But at the same time, there's not a lot of room left on the shelves.
Yeah, bittersweet for me because you're right. It's like, but then it's like, no, I don't have all that extra stuff.
Right. They got that money to get Dominion boxes instead.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So, yeah.
What a sigh of relief.
Well, a lot of new stuff has come out. Did you want and it's interesting because it affected like all three of us.
Yeah.
With the last couple months of stuff, the new edition, of course, but really kind of just recently, right? Like the new Stormcast and the new Orruk Warclans. Is that still what they're calling it? Okay.
Yeah, Orruk Warclans. I think that's the what they're calling the book. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that new book is coming out, and then there's like some White Dwarf stuff from Mark, right? With Slave of Darkness.
Yeah, nice little bonus things to update.
Yeah.
And to give a little more flavor to the battle tome.
Yeah, I really like that. Really, really like that White Dwarf is doing that.
Yeah. I think that's great.
Yeah.
It's just like giving it. It's giving us. It's giving those of us that aren't fully invested in the new armies a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Every little while. So we can all have like, it's like we're all, like when it's somebody's birthday. My parents never did this for me, but it's like, there's some people that are like, hey, here's all these birthday presents. And then everybody gets a little present, right? Because we don't want anybody to feel left out. That's kind of, I feel like what it is. Like, hey, here's all this stuff for you, but then we're going to give you a little something and you a little something. And
as opposed to suck it.
Suck it.
Yeah. It's not your birthday. You get nothing.
Right. You got to wait a whole year.
So listen, all right. It's Stormcast's birthday again. I know we've had 3 this year, but
right. Between Lumineth and Slanesh and Stormcast, it's like, man, if you were to pick 3 armies to like expect something new every year and a half, maybe those 3 armies are probably solid.
Yes. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. I worry about Cities of Sigmar. I hope Cities keeps going strong. Because I don't want to see any of that stuff get retired.
Yeah.
There's so much diversity.
It's so wrapped. Say what?
There's so much diversity, I feel, in that one. You just keep adding so many interesting things to it.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll get new models or if they'll just keep updating the rules. I don't know. but it's so intertwined with the lore that like I don't see them just like getting rid of it, because like all that lore is just out the window then, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that'd be a total waste.
And they're like cannon fodder. It's like in all the lore, it's like, oh, and these like, free cities like started building just a little too close to chaos, or just a little too close to the orcs or something, and they just got annihilated, right? And then Sigmar has to come in and he has to save, and then you always need cannon fodder. You always need cannon.
Oh yeah, the battle line.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like they're the literary battle line. They're the literary
the order faction battle line army.
Yeah,
just
the
like
entire faction.
Yep. Yeah. So I figured, we're kind of using a new system here. I can bring in a little slideshow and we can kind of walk through some of the new stuff. And
yeah, let's talk about it.
Tell, spice things up, kind of a little different for us on the podcast. So yeah, I mean, I think we're going to start with a little hobby project that I had over the weekend. I wanted to share with everybody. A dice box.
Yeah, that looks good.
Very cool. The shiny black with a big shiny W on top.
Yeah, kind of going with that theme, right, that we have going on. So the reasoning behind this was, as we've been playing, I had this like, giant bag of like, dice, right? It all goes in this big bag. And then I show up with my dice tray and my big bag of dice. And then it's like, oh, well, what am I going to do? So I pour out all my dice into the tray, right? And then I don't have a tray to use as a dice box anymore, because that's where all my tokens and things are. So I was like, I want a box that's even on each side, so that when you open it, you can have your tokens and your dice on one side and a rolling dice tray on the other.
Nice. Is that padded in there?
It is. Yeah. So it's got like a little cork padding on the bottom. And yeah, so I kind of just had it in my head, and typically that's how my projects go. I know what the end product I want to look like, but I have no idea how to do the in between. And I just go, all right, let's get started.
That's awesome.
So
how did you do the W? Did you spray paint that?
Yeah. So with the W, I was like, man, in a perfect world, I would just get somebody to like laser cut me a W, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in a not perfect world, I'm just gonna use my razor blade knife, like my box cutter, and cut the W out. So I printed it, cut the W out, so there was like a hole in the paper.
Yeah.
And then put it down and spray paint it. Well, of course, like spray paint bleed got underneath, so I just had to go back and touch it up, with a pretty like rigid, straight paintbrush. I just went through and touched it up, silver and black.
Is that a Mel sighting? We have a Mel sighting.
Uh-oh.
It is.
Or you've got
Say hello.
Arms coming out.
This is going straight to the tube.
Hey.
So,
yeah, I think that's really hard to do, what you're talking about, to get the W nice and flat.
Yeah.
And not have that kind of overspray. You have to really get your template down tight.
Yeah. So I think if I was going to do this more often, I would probably get like a laser cut something, right? And then it can sit nice and flush. But of course, I ordered a couple more boxes because I'm like, hey guys, do you want one? But I decided I'm gonna make this process a little easier on myself. So I'm gonna take that W with a hole in it, and I have a Sharpie, a silver Sharpie, and I'm going to like put it down and like draw just the line right from the cutout, so I get a nice solid outline of the W. Then I'll just go back in and paint on the inside.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to see if that's better. I'll let you know.
And you're hand painting with a brush.
Yeah, it's not that hard. I mean, it's just take me like 5 minutes.
Not gonna get daring and try the airbrush.
Ooh.
I mean, the only problem is, again, like you're going to get overspray.
Yeah.
There's no way for me to take a piece of paper and get it nice and flush without it being sticky on the backside.
Not just like regular paper.
Yeah.
If it was cut into like some kind of rigid plastic,
correct.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But not with printer paper.
Right. So I think for like 2 more boxes, it's an okay method. If I was going to make like 10 of them, if all of a sudden we get a bunch of comments and people are like, I want that dice box. That's awesome. Can you make me one? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. Just let us know in the comments below and I'll just get it laser cut, by mini duels or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Laser cut MDF would be perfect for this.
Yeah. And I can just have a template like right there and just be done quick.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway,
way to go.
Thanks. So that was my little weekend project.
That was a good one.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm typing something in the comments right now for one for me.
Oh,
yeah. Nice. Send me a dice box.
All right, there we go. Cool.
All right. No worries. Please allow for up to 2 business days for assembly. And
oh, geez. Yeah, give yourself a bigger window than that. 2 days.
No, it'll be quick. It'll be good.
You're going to get 20 people. You got 2 days to make 20 of these.
Yeah. Okay. So please allow for up to X amount of days, and I'll decide what that is later.
The unknown variable. Awesome. Good
great.
stuff. I like it. Yeah.
Mark, you been doing any hobby stuff?
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Unfortunately not. As you can see behind me, I got lots of unfinished things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure everyone understands that. So give me a damn break.
I want to know the person that has like every model painted.
That's a raging psychopath.
What are you doing this for if you're going to have it all painted?
That person, I wouldn't want to leave them alone. I wouldn't ask them to walk my dog. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that. I'm sure there's probably a lot of really sane, rational people out there that have all of their models painted. But I think like the people we know that are like super gung ho into it are also doing a lot of conversions. And you can't do conversions without big bits and pieces all over the place, and you want to save all that. So there's somebody's got some gray plastic going on. Nobody's completely painted.
And there's nothing wrong with the gray plastic. Like,
no.
You don't want a hobby that you've finished in. Usually, you don't want a hobby that you finish in the next, couple of weeks or a couple of months, right? You want a hobby that you take with you down the road.
Yeah, that's good.
That's I mean, we don't have to
put together like a jigsaw puzzle, and then you just go to the store, buy another one.
Right. So you're always gonna have a jigsaw puzzle to play.
Yeah, exactly. Just a different one. It's like a different army.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just that easy.
It's just that easy.
I never got into jigsaw puzzles. I always felt like it was I always felt like it was so weird because you put it all together.
Yeah. And then you bust it apart again.
Yeah, you throw it back in the box.
It's a never-ending cycle.
Like with Lego is kind of like a puzzle, but Lego, when you put it together, you get to keep this cool thing. You put it up on your shelf,
play with it.
Yeah, nobody's like gluing their puzzle pieces together.
Like a little Mod Podge. Yeah.
Yeah, save it and put that up on the wall.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a puzzle and a jigsaw puzzle?
It's more fun to say jigsaw.
I think when you say jigsaw, it's got that distinct shape to it where they actually used a jigsaw to like cut out those like oval shapes.
Okay.
I think that's a jigsaw puzzle.
Okay. Maybe I just don't know what a jigsaw is.
It's like that. It's a vertical. The handle. It's a vertical saw blade.
Oh,
very small saw blade.
Feed things through it, and
you would like use it to chase around.
Yeah,
cut around different.
There's stationary ones and mobile ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about you, Adam?
Hobby wise,
hobby stuff going on.
I'm in a hobby rut. I've just been in a hobby rut lately. I've got a bunch of stuff on the workbench. I'm not net listing. I just want to put that out there. I'm not in general. I'm not a net deck guy. I want my own list with my own flavor, my own style. That being said, for my Daughters of Cain, I did go out and buy Gotrek.
So yeah. So I kind of had that in my slideshow. So I guess since you're talking about it, like,
look at that.
It was the elephant in the room that we had to talk about tonight.
Because I'm sure we'll be facing them soon.
They should put this kit together because every Daughters of Cain player is going to be playing this.
Yeah, I don't know the origins of this particular list, where who took the Daughters of Cain and said, you know what'd be fun in here? Gotrek. We'll put Gotrek in here in this list, and it's just it's. I mean, you've played against it, Nicholas. You know that what a hammer and
it is.
Hammer and anvil. These two, Marathi and Gotrek, are just like two of the most hated characters in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
This talking about a raging psychopath. The first person that put these two together. Oh man, you must just hate everyone you play against.
Yeah,
or you want everybody to hate you.
Yeah.
You know, pit this against, like, yeah. I mean, Gotrek has an aura of, he's a small model, and he only moves 4 inches, but he can charge possibly 12. You don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And without buffs. So it's like, you don't want to be within 16 inches of Gotrek, right?
Right.
You can play it a little iffy, and you don't want to be within 14 inches of Gotrek. But what if he gets those boxcars and he comes in? You're losing whatever it is that you got there.
Yeah. That, or you drop Gotrek on an objective.
Yeah.
And you might as well just write that off. Like, I'm never going to get that objective because he's just going to kill whatever I put there.
Yeah. So the battle plan I played against Gotrek in the event that I did was, I'm going to use the video frame here as the board. He started. So the battle plan was, you start on the short edges, and there's an objective at each corner, right? So there's 4 objectives it starts with. And then turn 2, they move to, like, from the outer kind of to inner. And then you just have like 2 of them right here, right? You have like 1, 2 here and like 2 right here. And then those 2, like, turn 4, go from here to here in the middle. And so I knew the person was just going to run Gotrek to the middle, or run him close to the middle. Like, because why wouldn't you? By turn 4,
that's exactly what he's for.
He just sit in the middle, and it's like, come fight me, right? Come try to take it from me, right? I dare you to. So that was just like, of any of the battle plans, that was the worst one to play against Gotrek, right? And Marathi, because it's like everything's going to meet into the middle anyway. So, but it was fun. I mean, it was a fun, and it's a little. I've played Gotrek. I've not played Marathi and Gotrek, but I've played Gotrek, so I got a little taste of my own medicine.
I was rooting for you when you were telling me you told me about that list, and I had like a little side bet with you, like yes, I need you to win this game, because if you don't win this game, I'm gonna buy Gotrek this weekend.
Yep,
and that's what ended up happening.
Yep, it was a close game. But I did lose. Yep.
Marathi and Gotrek, it's just like, I love Marathi. I love the way Marathi plays.
Yeah.
And to have Gotrek is just such a fun character on the table. He's so unique. So putting the 2 together, I'm looking forward to giving that a try.
Yeah.
But the odd couple right there, huh?
Yeah.
I know. It's why people didn't do it before third edition.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe because of points, but it's like, would it have really been that different? Maybe that was just a never seen combo. For some reason, nobody did it.
Yeah. I don't know why nobody did it. I think that with Daughters of Cain, third edition, definitely like you take your old playbook and just throw it out. You got to start something completely new and try new things here. And I think that's one of those things that people just grabbed onto. Like if I'm throwing out all this stuff that I usually play with, I'm throwing away all my cauldrons and my blood-rack shrines. I'm not bringing any of these things anymore. I'm not bringing a big long list of heroes. I'm not going to bring a bunch of small heroes. And you end up with this like 500-point hole in your list. Like what fits exactly in there?
Yeah.
Gotrek.
Yeah. The other sort of combo that seems to be kind of people seem to be net decking is who's the demon lord guy that you have, Mark? Be'lakor. Be'lakor and Kairos. The change.
Yeah, the Fate Weaver.
Yeah, Fate Weaver.
Kairos Fate Weaver. The Lord of Change guy. Or gal. Or thing. Whatever it is.
They, them.
Yep. So people have been running those two in like a Demon Prince.
Yep.
And the Demon Prince puts out a nasty aura that you can't like charge. Like you half charge or something like that.
Yeah, that is if you give him the Mark of Khorne, then he has an aura that he can use. Yeah, where any movement is halved.
Yeah.
So including charging.
So any movement.
Nasty. And actually have one.
He's right there. He's ready to go too.
Actually, I'm building one right now.
Son of a bitch. And I know you have Be'lakor.
Yeah, I have him too.
Do you have Kairos?
Not yet. Look at him. He's a little wingless right now, but we're
Be'lakor.
Get him painted. He's just primed. I mean, I was trying to. It looks good black though. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, but
you could just do a quick dry brush, and just
to get him on
he
the
would
table.
look great with a quick.
Oh yeah.
Little dry brush and dot his eyes red or something. He's ready to go.
Perfect.
But go ahead.
Nicholas. Oh yeah. So the Demon Prince has this nasty 18-inch aura, right? You can't, or you can, but it's halved move and charge, right? So you're, that's great against Gotrek. Right?
I know.
Like he's just going nowhere. And
then movement.
Yeah. And then Be'lakor has his thing, right? Where once one round he can choose a unit and they have to do the roll. And if they don't pass it on like a 5-up, which is hard, right? Then each round or each phase, then they don't get to do anything in that phase, right?
Yep.
And then Kairos he can change one dice per game.
Yeah.
Per game,
which doesn't sound like a whole lot, except
that's pretty good.
When you've got that one time where you've set up this entire sort of thing, and he's like, nope, I changed that to a 1 or something, right? And then you're like,
because it's not just your dice, it's your opponent's dice. You can do that.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
And so you mix that with Be'lakor, you mix that with a Demon Prince, right? And then you mix that with a few units of pinks, and you've just got this. They call it like what do they call it? It's just it's a control list.
Yeah.
They're controlling you the entire game.
Yeah.
They don't let you do what you want to do.
Does that list have all of the battle line demons from all the different 4 core books that you've seen?
No. Well, I have seen some people do that, but I've seen people just take 3 units of 10 pinks.
No. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
And
all right.
And so it's 3. It's like. Oh,
which button did you press?
It's just like I go through all this shit to turn off all my notification sounds, and for some reason I can't get these Windows security maintenance notifications. I can't get them to just be silent. I'm fine. You want to pop up? Fine. Just pop up silently.
Hey, You're lucky your computer isn't shutting down for the next update right now.
I know. It wants to. It just warned me about that. I'm like, oh God, just wait.
Yeah. Good God, I thought there was a Peterbilt semi about to roll through your house.
And I get
hell.
Get that directly into my ear.
Yeah.
It goes straight down my ear canal.
You're not alone. It wasn't just your ear.
Straight to the bone.
Oh my God.
Wow. Sorry, fellas.
That's all right. It's you should just do that randomly. Just,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you'll have us on edge because we'll be like prepared for it, but we don't know when it's going to be coming, So that'll be great. That'll be great for my nerves.
Sure. You got it.
Okay. Awesome. But, well, I was curious, Nicholas, because I know there's some really cool buffs to Be'lakor himself when you got one unit of all the battle line demons around him. So that gives him.
He can shrug off stuff to them.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. Shrug them off, and also I believe it's a reroll to hits. I believe I got to look that up again. So but
you do have people mixing in, right? Like one unit of plague bearers, one unit of demonettes, and a unit of bloodletters or something, which is really cool. I actually like. It's a really attractive army to me.
See, I've always liked all the demons. And now it's my chance to play with all of them and have them all, together.
That sounds
happy family.
Yeah. 3 units of 10 pinks turning into 3 units of 20 blues, and then 3 units of brims. To me, does not sound very fun.
Yeah. I realized that when I bought that. I was like, let me get some pinks. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, crap. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just taking them off the shelf. All right, another box into the basket. They
can't put it all in one box for you.
No, they can't. No. They don't even get me started. But but that's very similar to the list that I was thinking about. But right now, since I have a little bit more corn, a little bit more Nurgle, I was gonna do the bros right there, corn and Nurgle. And then I was going to do a Slanesh and Tzeentch one.
Yeah.
But a little more focus on that.
Yeah.
So
that sounds fun.
That's cool. Yeah. Awesome.
So you guys have 2 really hot armies right now.
Yeah.
So
wow, nice.
You could go rip roar at some tournaments and make little kids cry and all that good stuff.
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
Nicholas, what are you
do that anyway?
Other than your dice boxes.
So I was all like, again, this is my luck. This is my timing, right? I was like, okay, I've got these, and I was going to throw this on the list, on the as one of the slides was, I just painted my protectors.
Oh man, those are so cool.
I know, they're so cool.
Look at that.
And these are the original protectors, right? Are these the new guys?
No, these are the old. Yeah, these are old models. I always had a unit of 5 because I wanted to put them into cities, my cities list, because you can put Stormcast into a cities list, and I always like to play the Iron Drakes, right? And their rules were they would provide cover to any unit behind them. Like,
oh, that's cool.
If they were in between, like a unit that the enemy was trying to shoot, then they would provide cover to the unit behind them. They were like -1 to shoot, all this cool stuff. So they were just like, bam, right in the middle. I hadn't painted them forever. Finally painted them a week before the book came out.
Oh, God. Do their rules change?
And now they don't have any of those rules. They don't have anything about cover. They're not -1 to shoot. They're like all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, I just painted these guys.
Yeah. Like, what's that called? The Star Scream Mace? Star Soul Mace? Star Soul Mace. Not Star Scream. He's a Decepticon.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm like, well, you know what? I'm still going to play them, even though they're nothing. Or they're just beefed up. They're just like Terminators essentially on the board, right? They got really good armor save, and they hit really hard. But that's it. Because the cool combo was, I had also painted Yndrasta, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And so Yndrasta is gonna like, her cool thing is she can bring back a unit, like bring back a model to a unit of up to 3 wounds. So if you have like a unit of these protectors that are 3 wounds each, and you have 5 of them, if people start shooting them off or trying to get to my Iron Drakes and start taking them out, she can just be like, nope, I'm bringing them back. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And then I can try to keep like this line of really, you know, hard hitting, good, solid dudes. So I lose the cover. Okay, whatever. It's not as good, but there's still 5 really beefy dudes to put in between you and my guys. So Yndrasta, she gives like a no battle shock buff, or like no, yeah, like I don't have to take a battle shock within 12 inches of her for cities and Stormcast units. And so if I have, you know, the protectors and my Iron Drakes, you know, it's not the meta, right? I'm not net decking, but to me that seems like a fun little combo.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
and then my boy, Celestin Prime got a little bit of a buff.
Oh, you
So
got a buff, huh?
Yeah, so his new rules added, he gets a 4-up ward save.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
So you had this awesome hero. He's a named hero. So he's a unique. He can sit up in the sky. Every round he sits up, he gains an extra 2 attacks. So he has like 3 attacks. If you leave him up for 1 round, he has 5 attacks. 2 rounds, he has 7 attacks. It does like, he hits really hard. It's like -3 Ren, 3 damage or something. And
does he come down in the movement phase?
He comes down in the movement phase 9 inches away. He can't move, but his rules say every round, or every round, you can choose. You can like choose the dice for one of his rolls, and it gives you a list of what you can choose from, like to hit, to wound, a save, a charge. So if he comes down 9 inches away, you can say your charge roll is 12, and he can just charge right in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he has like that scepter thing.
Do you always have that? I'm sorry. Do you always have that?
He did.
Okay.
Yep. So he always had the extra attacks. He has this like shooting attack that does like D3 mortal wounds to every unit within like a certain radius. You know what I mean? So he comes down, he shoots off this comet, he blows up things, he can charge, he can take out a unit really good, but then he dies because you send whatever your good thing is, right? You send Marathi in there and he's dead.
Mhm.
And it's like, God, man, like he's wielding Gal Maraz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's wielding Sigmar's hammer, and then he just gets taken out in a turn by like, you know, just
one tough monster.
Right. A stiff wind and he crumbles or whatever. And so anyway, now he has a 4-up ward save. So
that's cool. That's
big.
awesome.
Yeah.
My luck, he'll still die in 1 round, but other people may enjoy getting a 4-up.
They'll probably have good luck with them.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And
what else you got?
Well, so I got some other stuff. I haven't gotten it, but what I want is I do want some of the new Orruks.
Oh man, they are
The
cool.
Kruleboyz.
Yeah.
So the Break-a-Boss on a Mire Brute Trogoth has the Trogoth keyword, and they can be taken as allies in the Gloomspite Gitz. So if I take them, or if I take him into my Gloomspite, he benefits from the Trogoth stuff.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, not much, but a little bit, right?
Mhm.
And he's a cool guy to throw in there, right? He's a pretty cool model.
Really cool model.
He's like a really tanky sort of fighter.
Yeah.
But I really like the model, so I'm thinking maybe I might do that.
That's
and then
cool.
the
Very
Slogoth,
Master Blaster.
yeah. Then the Slogoth is also a Trogoth keyword, but this guy is going to be like in every Gloomspite army because
why so?
he gives a +1 to hit in an 18-inch aura to any unit.
Wow.
+1 to hit, 18-inch aura
to any friendly unit. So it doesn't have to be an Orruk keyword or anything. It's just to any friendly unit.
Dang.
So you bring them into Gloomspite and you just run them like I run the Hurricaneum in my city.
Yeah.
You just put them there, but it's 18 inches.
Wow,
That's really good.
man.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And
So-
the table's smaller now too, so it's a lot of room.
Yeah. And although you can, people are like, oh, you can put a CP, spend a CP and give somebody a +1 to hit, but you can only do that to one unit per phase.
Yeah.
And it costs you a command point. So it takes up somebody being able to use a command point, and it takes up somebody receiving the command point. This guy just says, nah, don't worry about it.
And is that shooting too, or is it just in melee?
Just +1 to hit. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, you might want to think about one of these for your army too. But apparently, he only has the Orruk Warclans keyword.
Oh, he doesn't have the Trogoth keyword?
He does. That's why he
Okay.
works in my army too, is
Right.
because he has the Trogoth keyword, so he benefits from the Trogoth stuff. But for you, he doesn't have Iron Jaws, and I don't think he even has Kruleboyz keyword, so
Really?
he can't be taken in an allegiance with them.
Mm-hmm.
He would have to just go into Big Wa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that people are saying that might get FAQ'd, like maybe somebody forgot to give him a keyword.
Yeah, that sounds like something's missing, and he's obviously got a Kruleboyz crew on top.
Right. So why wouldn't he be able to go with the new?
Or are those orcs on top, or those hobgoblins?
I don't know.
I think they're hobgoblins.
Yeah.
I think they're hobgoblins. Yeah, you're right. Look at that.
Yeah, so maybe there's a hobgoblin book somewhere down the road, or some other like hobgoblin stuff that they can do.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go.
The one, yeah, there it is.
You got some stuff coming though.
The Beast Skewer Killbow. I've got an Iron Jaws army, which I play with the Orruk Warclans, the Big Wa list, and I could totally see because the Iron Jaws don't have anything ranged, and to throw this big bolt thrower in the back, I think would be a huge asset to an Iron Jaws army, just to give them something that they were missing. They were missing, some just a little bit of shooting. I just want a little dash of shooting to take out a hero or a monster,
Yeah.
or at least to soften them up.
Yeah.
That's a big dash right there. Look at that thing.
It's got a really cool rule. Skewered. To determine the damage characteristic for an attack made with the Beast Skewer bolts, roll a number of dice equal to the wounds characteristic of the target unit. The damage characteristic is equal to 2 + 1 for each 5 up to a maximum damage characteristic of 12. So if you're shooting at a Mega Gargant, you're rolling 30 dice.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's meant to be a giant killer. The Beast Skewer Killbow.
Yeah.
It's meant to just, you got some
That's
big
awesome.
monster on the table. Yeah, it's cool. It's a really cool rule.
And just
The
having
monster
that in the
hunters.
background to kind of pepper things, like it's just like going to be annoying. Like you have to worry about it. You have to, or you don't have to worry about it, and you're just like, all right, I'm just know that you're probably going to take down one of my Mega Gargants just by shooting them around.
Yep. Yeah. I think it's I'm really looking for. It's definitely on my list.
Nice. Because you said it before, if you bring something in, you got to take something out. What are you going to take out?
Well, not Gotrek. I just got him.
Yeah, you should probably take Gotrek out. That's a good idea. Just one of the Marathis. Just take one of the Marathis. You don't need both.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see because I don't want to get rid of anything. I just want to get the new stuff.
It's not my rule. It's
I
your
know.
rule.
We need some head scratching and some deep soul searching.
Probably one of just one of Haley's things.
I'll start encroaching into her space. She's got her whole workspace in the back. I'm just gonna start like, without her noticing, I'll just start putting stuff on her shelves.
Yeah.
All right, what else do I got here? The brutes, right?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So these guys get a little bit of a kick.
Mm-hmm.
What'd they get?
I think they now negate any other like one wound models from contesting an objective. I don't have the book, but that's what I read was if they're on an objective and you've got one wound models there, they don't count towards the objective.
Damn.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Because I have this great another love-hate relationship with the brutes. I love the models. The models are so cool. They are the Iron Jaws. This is what you should think of. And they've just never really had that punch on the table that seemed to match what the models are.
Yeah. And I think they have an extra rend.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
So
they gained a rend and
they gained a rend. Yeah.
Time to open up the new Warhammer AOS app and start making some new Iron Jaws lists.
Yep. There you go.
Have you guys played with the new app yet?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, what do you guys think?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, I'm still navigating it. I haven't really put a lot together from it, but I kind of like it.
It does what AOS did. It's not the same. Like I still feel like there's a bit of a learning curve with it. Not like a learning curve. I'm talking like an old man. But
now you just have to hold it back and like look at it like from the bottom of your glasses. There you go. Mark's like, hey, what are you talking about?
I feel I could see better like that.
Yeah, it doesn't, because I'm used to AOS, the Azir app. I'm using Azir for a couple of years now, and just I found Azir super easy and intuitive, and so now it's just not Azir. It's just a different app, and I'm still a little. I wish they could have just updated Azir instead of developing a completely new app. You know, particularly since I bought like 20 books within Azir. You know, it's a lot of books I've purchased that I can still open them up and read them. Yeah, so long as the app's still there, I can still read the books. But still, it was really nice having it all in the one place.
I do like the reference button. That's on this. Yeah, you hit the reference and you can go, oh look, there's Be'lakor. What do we got? Oh, battle traits. Let me pull that up. I like that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I think. It is cool. What if you try to do that for the Stormcast?
Do what?
Can you pull up reference for the Stormcast?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to know?
Well, I was just wondering because I think in the 40K stuff, you can't see anything that you haven't purchased. You can see all the old books, but any of the new books coming out, you were locked out of seeing the War Scrolls and the data for it. So I was wondering if that was going to happen with the Sigmar app, if you were going to get locked out of the new stuff.
It is locked behind a paywall. So if you can look at all the War Scrolls, but if you want to look up battle traits or command traits,
for Stormcast.
You
have to purchase the new Stormcast book, and then it comes with a code.
Yeah.
And then you can unlock all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think you can see but right now I think you can see all the older stuff. So anything that's not.
It does look like with the Daughters of Cain, you can see everything.
Yep. Which is kind of cool. You know?
Yeah. So. If that's the new way they're going to do it, at least it's retroactive.
I think they did that
stuff in there.
Yeah, it's like they didn't say, hey, we're going to have all the information for you in the new app, which they should have.
Right.
Because I bet you a lot more people would get it if they said, hey, you've got all this content over in the old app that you paid for, but guess what? You have all the new content in the new app. Like, even if you didn't pay for it, you got it.
Yeah.
I feel like people would be rushing to sign up for it. But anyway.
Yeah, maybe it was communicated and we missed it, but I don't know.
Yeah. But the list building stuff seems,
Yeah,
seems good.
it's going to be good. An easy way to print or create a PDF of your list and everything.
Hey, guess what you're going to get to play with now, Mr. Mark?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Some of the Dark Oath stuff.
Yeah, so this is exciting. Yeah, this is that nice little flavor that the White Dwarf has put into the Battle Tome there. Little addition. So, yeah, I get to play with all these now. I get to give them a mark as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mark gets to give his stuff a mark.
Yeah. So that's going to be really cool. And then a lot of those, like the cultist units and all, they're going to be battle line now. As long as you give them a mark that matches the general. So yeah, that's
I really like Slave to Darkness stuff.
Yeah, they're fun.
That's
they should be. I mean, they're like we've got Stormcast is like the like poster boys.
Mhm.
I feel like Slaves to Darkness needs to be right there with them too because they're the most iconic of all of the White Dwarf or not the Games Workshop stuff.
Yeah, especially the Chaos Warriors.
Yeah.
Just that heavy metal clad,
Yeah.
warriors.
Yeah.
I love them.
Horn helms
Yeah,
and spikes.
lots of spikes.
Yeah. They also got some other stuff, right? Like, did they get like some core battalions that you can use?
Yeah, they did actually. So yeah, a couple more, 2 different core battalions. One that focuses on the Chaos. I think it's Chaos War Band. They're calling it. So a lot of the Chaos heroes, and the like champions of Chaos, they say. And then you have the Overlords of Chaos, which are going to be the elite forces. So that would be the Varangard, which I need those.
Yeah. Those are really cool too. Like I
they
thought
are
I'm
so
like, oh,
cool.
neat, some new knights. Like, oh no, wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Those
cool.
twisted mutated horses that they're riding.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Oh, I love it. So yeah, so lots of cool stuff right there. So
And
yeah,
then you
core
get-
battalions, grand strategies, 2 new grand strategies as well. That's really cool. Got some different battle tactics that they added as well. So yeah, lots of good stuff. And then yeah, and then also a little Bellacore, little scenario right there. So I think they're calling it the usurpation of power. Yeah. So yeah, so a little campaign that you can put your Slaves to Darkness through.
Nice.
It's kind of based around Bellacore
Ooh.
and his evil doings. So yeah, really
Awesome.
cool. So I really like what they're doing. Like you said, Adam,
Mm-hmm.
this is nice. Everybody gets a present on somebody else's birthday.
Yeah, I really hope they keep it up and they keep it going the way it's
Yeah.
going.
So it sounds like all the new armies, or if they do White Dwarf stuff, like armies are going to get their own battalions and their own battle tactics and grand strategies. And you hear a lot of people complaining about it.
Yeah.
They never said that they were going to always just have universal battalions.
Yeah.
They just said the old ones are going away. So I think it's fine. I think it's fine as long as they, if maybe as long as they learn the lesson of balance, which they won't.
No. Balance doesn't. Chaos breeds money.
Yes, exactly.
Balance doesn't have more money going in the pot. Plus, the chaos is it's entertaining for us too. It forces us to make changes and think on our feet.
Yeah, you're right. People get kind of like salty about it, but to me, it creates bad guys in the meta and in the time that you're in, and it's just like, oh man, this freaking Marathian Gotrek. You're bad guys now. You're the bad guy.
Yeah.
I can live with that. Awesome.
And then
I like it.
The last thing I had here on the slideshow was
What's that?
Have you guys
Yeah.
subscribed? Or
Yeah.
I subscribed. Yeah.
I did. Because I don't have enough subscriptions. Like,
The only thing I wish it had was current White Dwarf.
yeah.
You're gonna get all the White Dwarf up to a certain point, right?
Yeah.
And are they gonna keep updating that number?
From my understanding, yes. Have you heard something different, Nicholas?
No, I haven't heard anything.
No? Okay.
So I don't know. I was going to ask you guys, what have you heard?
Well, all the old White Dwarf is supposed to be included, right?
Yeah.
Like all of the old White Dwarf.
They're adding stuff. It's only up to a certain point, or going back, I should say, to a certain point. And from my understanding, they're going to be adding more older content.
Yes. But the new White Dwarf stuff as it comes out, are we still having to buy the new White Dwarf, or is it eventually going to get added?
I think it's eventually going to be added.
Okay.
So I think the new up and current one, like it's not available right now on it. You got to go out and buy it.
So I'd say,
Were you hoping, Adam, that would alleviate your subscription issues?
I mean,
you probably just still got like February of 2019, right? The other day, didn't
that
you?
was the most recent one I just got in February of 2020.
Yeah.
Now my complicated history with White Dwarf. And because they keep putting stuff in there that's like almost enough for me to subscribe. But now it's like the question of Warhammer Plus, can I just log in and look at the browse the Warhammer Vault? Like how my question is, currently say that February 2021 is in the Warhammer Vault. A month from now, will March 2021 be in the vault, or is it just like here going forward that it's going to be in the vault? Do you know what I'm like?
Yeah.
Nothing else is going to be added to the vault. That's what I want to know.
it'd be good to know. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good to know.
Guess we'll find out. It's going to be a new month here soon.
Yeah.
And I to continue my luck, right, with what I was telling you about before, just how I buy it or I do it and then it changes.
Yeah.
Again, I started getting into White Dwarf, right?
Yeah. Did you subscribe?
Well, I didn't subscribe. I subscribed to the local shop, right, to the collective.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I would get like $5 off every month or something off the White Dwarf. And I did that back when the pandemic started, or right before the pandemic started. So February 2020, I started getting all the White Dwarfs, right?
Yeah.
And then they had all these like production problems and they weren't ever showing up to the shop. So I stopped getting them, around the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So I've got a nice stack of White Dwarves, right?
Did they all just...
They all come at once?
I can get all those White Dwarfs in Warhammer Plus now.
That's
every one of them.
Yeah, every one of them. I'm like, either I'm exactly the customer they want.
I think so. I think you fit the mold. That's what they're looking for.
Or I just, or my luck is my luck.
Man, they're double dipping in the chip bowl again.
Yep. And that's what I was worried about too with Warhammer Plus. Like, are they gonna kill their own baby with White Dwarf? Like, are people gonna stop getting White Dwarf? They know they only have to wait a couple months, and White Dwarf's gonna be in there.
And then, does it really need to be a magazine at that point?
Right.
Yeah.
They don't start doing a publication if it's just
you need a physical.
Like if they don't deliver a physical copy anymore and it's just digital in the subscription service.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a magazine, or is it turn into a web page?
Yeah.
Like a blog of content or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I definitely don't have any more room for White Dwarf on my shelf. White Dwarf on my shelf. That's what I meant to say.
Nice.
That's it. I'm done. Like if there's a digital copy, if there's something that's like specifically has to do with an army I'm playing, or if there's a cool campaign you guys want to play, something like that. If we're going to do another skirmish campaign and they release skirmish rules, then I might go buy one. But otherwise, yeah,
Just keep it digital.
keep it digital.
Yep. I think that's probably the right thing to do. So I don't double buy it anymore.
I've got a bunch that I've double purchased too.
But
Well, I know we're getting towards the end of our time here for our session. I wanted to say that if you are enjoying listening and you want a Warhammer t-shirt, check out the screen right now. There's over here.
Yeah. Look at that. Another logo.
There's a
You
logo
can get that
down
one.
there. Yep, the Warlando logo t-shirts are available if you go to teespring.com/stores/Warlando-2. You can get or you just click the link in the notes. Just click the link in the notes and you'll be able to get one of our t-shirts. And it'll help us out.
Yeah.
We've got dice too. We also have dice. This is Warlando.
Yeah, and don't forget to order your dice box. 2 days. That's all it takes to make it. You heard them.
yeah, 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
And that's delivered to your hands.
And it's
Yeah, 2 days. From when you order it, you get it.
2 days.
Hey, Nicholas is going to bring it personally.
$1,000.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a bunch of orders that all come out on a Monday. So in the middle of your work week, you're gonna have to put all these things together.
Yep. No, yeah, I'll make them. If you want a dice box, let me know. Not 2 days. I will retract that statement.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, cool.
All
This
right.
has been a good session talking to you guys.
Yeah, it is. Good catching
Yeah.
up.
So, what would Orcs celebrate right now? If an Orc were to celebrate,
They'd celebrate a new rules, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
new book, new Orruk Warclans book.
Yeah. It's like they all of a sudden found new orcs. They were like, I didn't know you guys were here, but
Yeah,
you're here.
how about that? New Orcs.
What would they say?
What would they say? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.